would take 2. All right, I got 1. Okay, let me get another one. All right, let me see. Dang, if I got 1 person, might as well try this tomorrow or next week. Okay, I got 2. Okay, let me have 3. Okay, let me have 3. Oh, I got 1? Okay. Let me see if I can get 2 or 3. Let me see if I get a 3rd one, because I got to get this over with. Dang, I really don't care about the cuties. Oh, I got 3. So what's up? It's just Jay Lavonne with the Red Cup Chronicles. You know, got the Red Cup run. So I decided, all this stuff going on about this movie Cuties on Netflix, I decided to really look at it for myself. Oh my God, I had so much judgment about it. Y'all were all clown. Man, some agree with me saying this movie's not good to watch. That's why Netflix has a lawsuit against this for this particular movie. Some of y'all was like, hey, hold up. Trust me, y'all got me. It was a challenge. And I saw all y'all points of views because I did see her growing to herself as a young girl, whatnot. Okay, if these views go down, that is it. Maybe I shouldn't do this live so late. Okay, I'm going to wait and see what's going on. Ain't nobody coming in like the next minute or so. I'm just going to stop this and I'm going to try this next week. Shoot, let me sit down. Dang, this is some good smoke. Okay, I got 1. Let me get 2 so I can continue this topic. Let me get 2. Let me get more of an audience. The more audience, the more I talk. Come on, you know how I do this. Then we put on the makeup. 2? All right, let me try for 3. Let me get 3. You know what? I'm just going to stick with my 2. So let's go start this over. So this Jay Lavonne with the Red Cup Chronicles. So I reviewed a movie named Cuties, and I seen what everybody was saying, how this was like borderline child porn. But I also see what everybody else mean, like when she was trying to rebuild against her household and everything. So I tried watching the movie. I couldn't really watch all of it because it's like with those little girls dancing, where were their parents? Well, except for the main character. I'm talking about the other girls, right? So first off, if I was old girl, I would not have been friends with those girls because they were constantly bullying her. They was constantly calling her homeless because they were looking off and first off, you 11, dressing like you 14. That's another part I kind of found disturbing. You 11, dressed like 14. And I remember back in my day, we were kept kids. So in fact, these little girls, but at the same time, it's like I had like a full-blown opinion about Cuties until I seen some of the comments about what I was saying, and it's like that's a good thing about having an audience record, right? Because you always have different points of views. So anyway, I can see how that was borderline child porn because they were dancing kind of provocative, but it's no different from what we see. It's no different from what we see 11-year-olds dressed like that now in reality. And dang, can you let me get to my point more? What I'm about to say is that you see that going on now, how little girls want to emulate Cardi B, Meg Thee Stallion. Any woman that they see on the screen, they want to emulate. So I did have my opinion. I still feel that that movie, you have to really, really watch it to get. I watched it just to see what's going on. I don't. Man, I remember when I was a little around that age and I was trying to do the percolator, my ass was tore the hell up by my grandma because, and this is the biggest problem. In a way, it was like, it's like I got the message that the director was trying to do, but it was in like a really goofy way. But girls are not kept little girls anymore. And that's the thing we do need to realize about Cuties, because all the provocative dance, like I said, I got my butt tore up for percolator. And all you do in the percolator is going to split. So imagine the dances now, back then, boy, everybody butt be red. So with that being said, so I did see different opinions like, hey, hold up, I was just trying to be judgmental, but I was judging from the fact that I was raised in a Christian household and my grandma stayed on me by my grades and my education and whatnot. And sometimes when you don't pay attention to your daughters, they become like that. They become the Cardi B's and all this other stuff. And I just feel that it's good to watch something like that. It's good to watch something like that because you do need to pay attention to your daughters. Secondly, you do need to put the right role models in front of your daughters. Do I recommend a movie? No. If I'm going to turn away from it completely? No, because there's a lot of child trafficking going on. And imagine a pedophile watching something like Cuties. Okay, I'm not even going to go there. But you get what I'm saying. So it was some parts of the movie that was kind of disturbing to me about Cuties. And, like I say, I was raised by my grandma. So I got my butt busted for dancing in front of the neighborhood doing the percolator. That taught me, okay, have some respect for yourself. But a lot of little girls are not being taught to respect themselves. So I had this whole, it's like, that's why I'm glad when I post certain stuff about different subjects I want to talk about, y'all chime in, and I love it because the topic that I wanted to talk about then, topic I'm talking about now, is a little bit slightly different. Record. So with that being said, this topic should be called, for real, Save Our Daughters. Because you see little girls trying to come to themselves, the little girls trying to find out who they are as a person. And the best time to find out who you are as a person is when you're a teenager. I remember as a little girl, as a teenager, you want to wear the tight clothes and attention stuff. You being a normal teenager. So if my grandma could see my butt crack, she would tell me, get back in the house, change your clothes. That's why I was like, where were those girls? I wasn't talking about Ami's parents, because Ami, she was raised in a strict African household. And I could see why she wanted to rebel a little bit, because she was like, okay, why we have to get ready for my dad's second wife? Why we gotta do this? Why we gotta do this? So anyway, she just want to feel like a normal kid. And normal kids don't hold bowls of stuff on top of their head. Normal girls don't have family. Well, normal girls these days don't have family traditions. So it was disturbing to see, but guess what? Reality can be very disturbing at times. And I guess it just reminds me of what some of the girls go through now. And then sometimes you don't realize some of those girls are dressing that way, acting that way, being that way, because they may have been molested in their household. Maybe their households are like kind of twisted to the point they're part of their environment. You saw that in the whole song called Brenda Had a Baby. That's one perfect example of what I'm talking about. She was young, she was molested by her mom's boyfriend, she had this baby, and her mom didn't give a fuck. And a lot of parents these days, and I hate saying it, I'm not saying all parents, some parents these days just don't give a fuck. She was fighting culture and religion. And yes, guess what? A lot of Black American girls, we're fighting religion because we're church, 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 church. Not being yourself, not finding your identity. Church, church, church. Then you have puberty, and then in a lot of Black households, you're not talking about sex. Not because you don't want to talk about it, because you're trying to shield your child from that gruesome ass reality. Any man that gets turned on by cuties, get away. Nope. Bye. Get away. Because, like I say, those were 11-year-old girls looking like they were 14, 15. Guess what? I was developed early to the point I was looking a little grown because of my shape and stuff. Who to say that somebody could look like, hey, like I was 16, I was almost a model one time. And this guy approached me, he's like, you could be in Victoria's Secret. What the hell is 17-year-old doing in Victoria's Secret modeling lingerie? When I told my great-grandmama about that, I'm glad she didn't let me do that. I'm glad she did not let me be a model in a way, because they be taking a lot of advantage. And they take advantage just when we're like 16, 17, 18, when you don't know no damn better, but I'm a kid. So when I was watching Cuties, like I said, I had mixed reviews and I expressed it. My audience, kudos to y'all. Y'all kind of like, hold up, Jay, hold up. Did you, or do you know what you, and that's what I like about y'all, because when I post certain stuff out there, y'all make me think about what I want to say. Like I say, the views I had back then, views I have right now, they're kind of 180 in a way, because there's a lot of trafficking going on, and you get these little young girls. There was just a scandal with Wayfair when they were selling little cabinets for like $12,000, but they named them after girls that are being kidnapped. Named them after kids, they're being abducted from their homes on a regular. Yeah, half clothes, half dress. Yeah, you're right. You're correct, Mara. You're very much correct. So, when I saw that, I was a little disturbed by it, but reality is disturbing, because every day you always want to try to find out about yourself, and when you get in the wrong hands, that's what you're going to get. And, hey, Shavonda, how you doing? Hey, everybody. Hey, audience. That's what the hell you're going to get when you be... It's like you are what you presented. And it's sad. It's like young girls got to cover their bodies because somebody going to look at them, instead of different ways to express themselves. But it kills me in society that young girls have to be ladies. Young girls taught how to be wives, when nobody's really teaching a man how to be a husband. That's what I'm kind of disturbed about. Nobody's teaching a man how to be a man. Nobody's teaching a man, okay, well, some parents are now teaching a man, hey, this is how you treat a young lady. This is how you do this. But it seems like in society, the woman has to take the heavy blame all the time. Man and woman have sex. Oh, she a little slut. He ain't telling him, okay, should you taking responsibility when you ejaculated her? They shame her for having a kid or for being pregnant, but they're not shaming him for ejaculating without marriage. Did you notice the other kids didn't know about those dances and their parents made them stop hanging? Yes, I saw that too. But she was only fast because she was trying to press those girls. And what I did notice about Cuties, when they was doing their little dances, whatever, a lot of the parents were pissed off. They was like, oh, hell no. And then what's so funny, when they trying to make the fast, they're trying to make Ami look stupid. Even Ami in the middle of the dance was like, what am I doing this for? That was my favorite part. That was my favorite part. Is when Ami got up on the stage. She was doing her little dancing thing. She was popping, locking, whatever the hell kids doing. Look, I'm almost 40. And I would stay my age. Although I do look a little younger for 40. Okay, enough about me. So, I did notice towards the end, Ami had a conscience, right? So she was doing her dancing. She was doing her thing. And then she's like, why am I doing this? She started thinking about her family, thinking about what her mom would think. And they were like throwing all types of Jesus type, or I don't know what they were throwing at her, trying to cleanse her. All types of Jesus oil, cleansing and stuff on her. But yeah. And that it's like I said, I had to watch that movie for myself. So yeah, she had her period. She didn't know what to do with it. Ooh. She was becoming a woman. And sometimes when you becoming a woman, you don't know what to do. Golly, I had mine at 11. One of the first girls in my class to have that womanly grown experience without saying period. So I could see why they say it's child porn, because there's a lot of provocative going on. But it was a whole lot more reality going on than we really realized. That sometimes you emulate what's on TV. Sometimes you emulate what you think is cool. And what you think is cool may not be cool 6 months, year, 3 years later, you know. So, like I said, I had a whole nother view about Cuties, but my audience got on my butt. My audience stay in my ass. More than y'all ever know. My audience stays in my ass. Like, hold up, Jay. Hold up. Come here, sis. And I thank y'all for that, because I remember being a little girl, discovering my body and stuff. You don't know what you're doing, but sooner or later you're going to learn what you're doing. Oh no, don't have sex too early either. Wreck up. Don't have sex before you mature either. Wreck up again. I'm saying wreck up. Hold up. Because we all been there. We all been to the point where we're discovering our bodies, discovering ourselves as individuals, and it takes a while. Hell, I know some men that's around their 30s act like they're teens. Age does not mean maturity. Maturity is in the mind. And that's what Ami was learning in Cuties. Just because you see these little girls being fast and stuff, sometimes you do need to hold a little bit onto your tradition. Maybe they're trying to teach you something. And she realized that towards the end of the movie. And she realized, yes, I need to respect my... I'm not going to tell you the movie. I'm not going to tell you what pissed me off in the movie. That made me like... That almost made me turn it off. It's this one particular part. And I put it in my comments. I'm like... Even my audience like, hold up. She was not doing it. She was not doing it. And... oh my God, y'all stayed in my butt. God, I could crap y'all shoes out of my butt the way y'all stay on me about certain topics I want to talk about. Imagine if more movies like Cuties, minus the dancing, were around to explain. Yes. All it really explained was growing pains. Do I prefer it? Yeah, when she took... yes. That's what made me mad, when she took the pic. And when she took the pic, she had the cell phone. Just watch the movie if y'all can. You know, y'all ain't gonna watch the movie because y'all feel some type of way and people feel some type of way. Netflix is having a lawsuit because of the movie. So, the part that disturbed me was when her older cousin wanted the phone and she started undressing herself a little bit. And he was like, what the hell are you doing? And he pushed her against the door. I was like... that's what made me have my little points of view about the movie. Hookah, audience hookah. Second time, y'all see hookah. That's the thing, she learned about this from, yes, social media is the devil if you don't know yourself. Oh my God, how many people be scouting for likes? A lot of people. There's a couple of times I post pictures of myself, I'd be like, boy, supposed to be bae, like, supposed to like it. But, joke, but I'm trying to say is sometimes when you don't know yourself, you look at other sources to learn about yourself. If that makes sense. If that makes sense. you watch TV, and you was like, ooh, I want to be like that because that's what they desire. Ooh, all this other stuff. So it was an interesting movie. And everybody else that said it, oh, this is disturbing, at least this person who said it was disturbing actually watched it. At least you know I watch my stuff, and I'll be on Netflix all the time, and I just had to really talk about that because it talks about girls trying to find themselves as women. She stole the phone. Learn to be normal. But what is normal these days? She just saw what the other girls were doing at school, whatever, and she wanted. And that's another thing. When you're a teenager and you get into yourself, you want to feel like you belong. I saw a lot of that. Like I said, I would not be those girls. If I was Ami, I would be. But it's like, if I was Ami, even when I was a teenager, I would have stayed by myself. These girls want to pick on me, whatever. Yeah. Oh, I felt sorry for the mom too. When the dad took on the second wife and everything, you can see the sorrow and he was never around. But the part that kind of got to me a little bit, it reminded me myself, when Ami's mom handed her the phone. Her dad, if she heard her dad's voice, and she threw that phone out the window like, fuck you. Because the dad ain't around. Why you want to be around? Why you want to talk to me? And I had that different sort. When I finally met my first dad, I had that same attitude too. Like, why you want to talk to me? You weren't around all these times. That's the part I felt Ami at when handing her the phone with her dad. Another part, Angelica, she was something else if you really looked at her. Oh, they bullied her. They made her try to take a picture of the dude's private parts. Teenagers are so cruel. Oh my God, honey. The mom did understand towards the end, but the mom did understand, and I love the mom for that. It's like, if you don't want to be in the wedding, you don't have to. And a lot of black households just scarf stuff on somebody. Like, remember that topic I was talking about, bitchified last week, whatever? It's funny how black households are so nurturing towards the boys, whatever. And that's fine, because black men need love. But they are so hard on the daughter. To the point the daughter had to do everything. And that's what it's like. Y'all got on me about the bitchified thing. And that's why I say some men are bitchified, because they're too pampered. When you should love your daughter the same way sometimes. But you're harder on the daughter, but not on the man. And you wonder why this gender role things are constantly switching, especially with the household of black. I'm going to keep on talking about black people because I'm black. You know, I think the mom understood. Okay, let me keep. So, with that being said, Cuties was an interesting movie. In this show, it's like I had my points of views, but after reading in order for me to feel that way about the comments, I had to watch the movie first. I watched the movie, I read the comments, I said, you know what? That may got some points. That's the beautiful thing about people. You can always learn from other people. You can always learn right in your own home. What made me feel a bit sad about Cuties, because a lot of girls who are dressing like that may have been molested, trafficked. You see, Centonia Brown is free. She was 16. She was pimped out in prostitution or whatever. She killed her John. They gave her life. But she was constantly trafficked. So she went to jail for defending herself. So if a black woman defends herself, she gets crucified. We raise our daughters to not need a man, but raise our son to want a soft woman and want to be waiting on Mara. That's what I don't understand. Like, when I was a little girl, I had to fix. when my brother was visiting me and my great grandmama, I had to fix his cereal. I was taught to be submissive and all this other stuff, and my great grandmama used to tell me what a man's supposed to do, what a man's supposed. Man, when I broke up keep in mind, I often talk about it. I dated my ex fiance from 13 to 27. When me and my ex fiance broke up, I found out how these men are. Man, the dog and me be like, you know what? Bump these dudes. I'm gonna have my own. You don't want it. That's on you. Like, I'm 37. It's like I used to want a companion. I still do want a companion, but in a different way. I said, man, if you want to go, go. Go. Go like NSYNC. But as I was younger, I used to be like, oh my God, what I gotta do better? Oh my God. I did that. I did that last year. Truth be told, break up. But the important point is you shouldn't have to change yourself for other people. And that's where society gets so fucked up over. It's like I came on so late because I had to really prepare myself, because you watching Cuties and you judging it. I judge it too, so I'm no better. But there's a lot of little girls that trying to identify themselves. But there's a lot of little girls these days that don't have daddies at home. I have a daddy at home. I had a strong pillar of a grandmother that let me know, like, hey. And she was a school teacher, and when I was going through my little growing pains as a teenager, she got in my face like, Jocelyn, you want to rebel? I'm going to rebel right with you. Translation, try me. I was 14. I remember that. It's like some of the stuff my grandma taught me. No, majority of stuff my grandmother taught me. It stuck with me. All the stuff my mom, my aunties. Oh, it takes a village to raise a child. I have my great grandma, my grandma, my auntie. I couldn't do nothing wrong. If I done something wrong, somebody was going to tell one of my family members, and they were going to hear about it. All I could say is yes, no, I ain't do it. Play innocent, be like, no, I ain't do it. Or, yeah, I did it. And that's what a lot of families are missing right now. The community that raise a child takes foundation. A lot of these kids these days are really missing a foundation. And that's what makes me a little bit sad about Cuties a little bit, because you see that every day. You want to imitate. I could deal with Cardi B at 37 because I know, and I have boyfriends. I could pop, lock, and drop it. Drop that. Okay, let me stop, because I'm telling myself, it's somebody who grew up with me is watching this. So let me take my words a little bit more seriously. What I'm saying is, I'm grown. I'm a growing girl, okay? So I can handle Cardi B. But take an impressionable teenage mind that's not quite ready to be developed as an adult yet, look at Cardi B and think that stuff is cute. Now, she missed out on a whole future of education, foundation. Cardi B is for adults, but oftentimes kids try to emulate off of adults. How many little girls want to say, I want to be just like my mommy? How little boys want to say, I want to be just like my daddy? Not knowing, at the end of the day, that mama, that daddy are human. I could say that as a person who has no kids. Y'all should try hookah. But yes. Kids' parents. Alright. No matter what. Because my grandma tried to sister while I watch. And I still snuck around and watched HBO and Showtime as a kid. You can censor. But kids are going to be curious. And they're going to try to peep. Wait till their parent falls asleep. Wait till their parent falls. Hey, look. Okay, can I confess? I'm so glad my family not watching this. I snuck around and watched Real Sex 11 when I was like 11, 12, whatever. So I could speak because I snuck around and watched certain stuff on HBO and Showtime when I was not supposed to. So no matter what you try to censor, you're going to find out one way or another. I remember one time I asked my auntie, what's sex? And my aunt's like, why are you asking this? Girl, stop. Go to your books. Stop it, girl. Stop it. Stop it. I still looked up sex in the encyclopedia. I still looked this stuff in the encyclopedia. What I'm trying to say is, parents, keep a close eye on your kids. Your kids are going to be so curious, but teach them enough so they won't be curious to go into the wrong path. That's what I'm trying to say. Like I wasn't a bad kid, but I question adults like them. I still question people to this day. I guess that's just me. Gosh. So, sneaky and curiosity is a part of life. It really is. Oh my God. So, as a kid, I had a hugest crush on Albie Shore. Oh, Albie Shore, that was baby daddy. At 6 years old, but you should see stuff on TV. You be like, oh, story-eyed and stuff. And you can't tell nobody how to raise their kids, because kids are going to come out however. Look, I'll be watching true crime stuff. Jeffrey Dahmer, that's a bad example. But some of those serial killers had some decent parents, and they still turned out to be serial killers. Red Cup. Shoot, I'm so happy my family's not watching. They'll be like, Jocelyn! My family can only call me Jocelyn. My friends, y'all better not call me Jocelyn. My mom, when she used to get mad at me, Jocelyn Lavonne! I knew my black ass was in trouble. But yes, parents, keep your eye on your kids. Don't let your kids go to any old body. If it's not, some family members be on that tricky stuff. Just keep an eye on kids and don't let everybody watch your kids. Kids, y'all gonna be curious, but when somebody tries to tell you something, please listen. That's a lot of stuff my aunties, my grandma tried to tell me, and I'll be like, damn, they were the one advice that I wish I followed by my mom. Go out of town. Go to school. I stayed my black ass in St. Louis. So when I was engaged, like I said, I was in a relationship from 13 to 27. When I was engaged, I said, when I get this degree, we can move out of town. What about for me? That should have told me my black ass was not going to get married. That should have told my black ass I was not going to be married. And I'm sitting in my apartment, and I'm trying to be in St. Louis Wendy Williams. This might be one of the most funnest episodes because oh my God. Ooh, let me tell you some more stuff I did as a kid. Lord. So I decided that I want to skip school with my friends, right? And I was skipping school for a little, my skipping school career was not very long, but it caught up with my grades. So one time, me and my friends went to Walmart. And you know, when you have that voice inside you, like, don't do this, don't do this. So my voice inside me, like, man, get away from them. So I wandered off. Like a little lost little kid. Keep in mind, I was like 16, 17 in high school. So it turns out that my friends tried to steal, and I got caught up. I was cool. I went away. You know how my butt got caught up? Living in U City with my great-grandmama. But my grandmother, that pillar of the community, that teacher, St. Louis Public Schools, do not ever fuck around if you have a teacher as a parent in St. Louis Public Schools. So I'm sitting here talking to my friends, whoop-de-woo, hey. I was like junior high school, hey. Ding. Hello? Get your butt off that phone. What is this about your grades? You got bad grades, Jocelyn? Really? You ain't gonna talk on no phone. You ain't gonna... My grandmother, I was in Goose City. My grandma was in Bell Ridge, and her voice still had power. Rest in peace, by the way. And her birthday just passed in September. That's how you know community was raising. That's how you know got some good wholesome raising going on. But you don't get a lot of that. And this is why Cuties was important, because you see a lot of that going on right now. Parents don't want to be parents. Hell, I didn't want to be a kid as a kid, for real. I used to tell my mama, please don't talk to me like a child. When I was a child. You know what? I still feel that at 37, I still feel that way. Do not talk to me like a little kid. Choose your fate. But I still feel that way to this day. Don't talk to me like a little kid. Do not talk to me like a little kid. I felt that way even at, boy, you know what else I used to say when I was 13 in middle school? I do not have child for other people's kids. You know what? I say that at 37 now. I ain't got time. I do not play with other people's kids. I say that. Woo! Funny. But yes, and that person who knows my family watch, like, oh my God, you're just like your mother. Stop that. I still get mad when people talk about me and my mom. But yes, it was all about growing pains. I still feel the way I feel, but I had a broader mindset. Man, do. Y'all really should try hookah if y'all don't do weed. But man, I remember I was skipping school. Get your butt off that phone. Ooh-wee. Them grades were very important to my grandma. So what I want to say before I had to leave, before I repeat myself, parents love your child. Child love your parents. Kids, when they try to tell you something, please don't think they I used to think that they try to hinder me. I used to think they hindered me by keeping me in the house. Now I want to be in the house because honestly, with this corona, with these shootings, there is nothing really out there unless you're around the right people. Unfortunately, you may not be with the right people, and maybe the last breath you take. Parents, try to understand your children. That's what I gotta say about these parents. Try to understand your children. Raise them the best you can, but try to understand your children. Your children can tell you more things and you can learn about your children. You can have better relationships with your children. Meanwhile, I might have to think of some more stories about my grandma and me. If you got a job, raise your red cup. If you want to make $1.15, raise your red cup. If y'all watched that vice presidential debate yesterday, raise your red cup. But I can't raise my red cup because I have to watch that and try to make $1.15 again. Gotta go to work tomorrow. Raise your red cup. Kids should be kids. Parents should be parents. Raise your red cup. With that being said, I'll reach out either next week after next. It was fun. This is one of my funner episodes of Red Cup Chronicles, and I love y'all, and goodbye. And God bless. Stay safe, and wear your fucking ass masks. I'm trying to get y'all germs. You ain't trying to get my germs. Ain't no passing Cuties around here with this corona crap. And there's another wave coming up. So, bye-bye.